Hi, everybody.
Good evening.
Or morning.
Wherever you're watching. Or whenever
Happy
you're
lunchtime.
watching. Whenever and wherever you're watching.
Lunchtime.
Thanks for joining us on the Barrel Roll
Post-credit.
I just realized we didn't introduce ourselves in the
They know who we are already.
Yeah.
We are internet famous.
Yes,
We're
people know
YouTubers.
us.
I am Nick.
I am Tony.
I'm Chris.
We're
I think you actually have to make money to be called a YouTuber.
We have made some money.
28 cents.
Yeah, it's gone up since I last talked to you.
Oh, maybe not then.
I don't know. So, welcome to the post-credit show for July 1st.
Happy Canada Day.
Canada.
Canada.
Sorry.
For what?
He's Canadian.
So,
We apologize.
For everything.
I'm sorry though. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry, eh?
You want to get it? You want to go get some
poutine?
You want to get some?
No, I hate frickin' poutine.
You want to get some Timbits, eh?
I would rather have ketchup chip. That's us.
That's us. That's totally us. That's us. You're welcome, world.
And we're sorry for bragging. Either who.
Okay.
Curling.
Real hockey, by the way.
Curling.
For those of us,
Ice hockey.
for our European fans, you call it ice hockey. Here it's just hockey.
Yeah, we Brexited it.
Best sport in the world.
Also lacrosse. It's technically a national sport.
Well,
Yep.
There's a lot of things that's
Beer. Maple syrup.
Molson Canadian.
Molson.
That's a new American company now.
Coors Light.
There you go.
Canadian.
I got
Canadian.
I have some Coors, weed.
We get some Coors, eh? We get some brewskis.
Get some brewski. Oh yeah. Oh, I want the stubby bottles.
Oh yeah. You can pound it like 5 or 6 of those, eh?
Oh no, there's the same thing. There's not that much extra beer inside the neck of a beer.
You just pound them back in, eh?
It's easier. There's not as much neck.
That's what we were doing this with.
It's Canada Day weekend.
I'm still doing
It
it.
entertains me.
Hey, wait, I have all summer. It's Canada Day summer.
Canada summer.
Either who, welcome to the Post Credit Show where we talk about movies we've watched, games we've played, and other assorted junk we've done.
Things.
Yes, experiences we have had.
PG.
PG experiences.
PG-13. PG-13.
We don't want to get into great detail. About
So the other day when I was in the bathroom, guys.
I looked at myself in the mirror. Yeah. That's exactly what I did. I just sat there.
That's how I poop.
I like to see.
I can start. I haven't had an overly
Me either.
adventurous week.
Well, for now.
So I played more of my Dragon Ball Fusion game.
Yep.
The final boss fight is not really much of a boss fight. It's more of a cinematic fight.
Mm-hmm.
But you and your buddy from the very beginning of the game fuse together. You'll fuse.
To
Nick.
Form of Nick.
As the main character. And it kind of sucks. Because, when you play Shogal on Heroes of the Storm, when you play a Shogal, it takes the first 3 letters of whoever's Cho, and the G-A-L-L, they'll replace that with the last 4 things from whoever's playing Gaul.
Yeah.
So when Brian and I play, we're Moo...
001 or something?
Mooey 001. No, Albino, because he's albino, so A-L-B, Albi 001. We're at Albi 001. And you sit there going like, oh my god, that's so good. That's hilarious. This game, I wish they did that. They do it for everybody else. Like the names go...
Yeah.
But this one, it's like, as soon as you fuse, you're the main character, so they're like, you're still Nick!
Form of Nick.
And I'm like, oh.
Go Tanks.
And you end up doing a cinematic battle versus Frieza and Cell, who have also fused.
Because that makes sense.
That's
Yeah,
terrifying.
and I forgot what it was. I forgot what they were now.
Death incarnate.
Yeah.
Death incarnate. What are you talking about?
Real.
I think it's Friezel or something like that.
Giga Friesel.
Real.
I think it's Friezel.
Real.
And yeah, you're like, oh my god, they have fused. But then you just go into like the cinematic fight where you just pummel the crap out of them. And then,
Yes.
But then there's post game in that game.
Ah.
So like you land and then it's like, the tournament's still not over. And you're like, oh yeah, there's a tournament. So you have to fight the ultimate champion, Hercule.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But he's helped along by...
Fusing.
no, he's helped along by Goku and Vegeta.
Broly.
And, no, you have to fight him at a different point in the game. And the two new guys from the new Dragon Ball thing. So like the Anubis guy and his buddy. So they all fight, but the only person in that fight you have to beat is Hercule. So like if you all just like
Well, that's not as fun.
gang up on him.
That's
But Goku and Vegeta both go blue hair Super Saiyan.
Yeah, that's part of the new Super
There's a new
line.
one.
Yeah, they go
the-
blue.
Yeah, it's blue fire hair.
Yeah.
Blue hair now. It's their ultra form or something like that.
So they both go that, and so they're pummeling you at the same time that you're going after Hercule, but
Because I'm assuming, does Frieza get his gold
not in this one.
armor? Because yeah, he gets gold armor.
Yeah. There's also Mecha
gone.
Goku.
It actually looks
So
really.
far gone.
It actually looks really cool. We can
The
show-
whole thing, the
yeah.
whole thing's actually like I'm more intrigued by Dragon Ball than I have been in a long time
Yeah,
because
'cause-
of this game, and it cost me $17.
Yeah, because they did a really hard, not a reboot, but a hard
Yeah,
restart of the Dragon Ball franchise after Super.
yeah.
Really
So
started.
it's been a pretty cool game for $17. I've gotten a lot out of it, and the fighting mechanic's fun enough that. And now I'm in that phase where you can collect fighters.
Mhm.
So now that's what I'm trying to do.
There's
Is
been a
like,
huge resurgence with Dragon Ball lately.
Yeah.
like
Super.
the anime,
Super.
the couple movies that are
Yeah,
coming out.
yeah.
They have that Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Fighters,
The fighters,
which I'm super excited for.
which might make its way to the Switch.
Yes, if you yell at the developers enough,
Yeah.
I think it's the Arc System guys.
Yeah.
The guys that do BlazBlue. If you yell at them enough, we might get that on Switch.
Yeah. So Dragon Ball. Watched the first Harry Potter movie.
Mm.
That was a last day
Oh.
extravaganza in my room.
Mm.
So for the afternoon, I just put on
Daddy take care.
Harry Potter.
That's a good one.
And you know what? And it's funny just to watch because they are not good actors.
They're child.
I know,
They're
but
just
that's-
kids.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. Like they are not good.
No.
You're not supposed to be.
And honestly, after
Leviosa.
seeing the newer movies where they put more in and they added more of the details, watching that first one where we just finished reading the first half of the book,
Yeah.
and then you go right into the movie and they skip the beginning, which I think honestly in the book is a very fun piece where like the Dursleys start going slowly crazy.
Mhm.
And they
Yeah.
really just speed
They-
through that in the movie. To
Well,
where
I-
it's like
like
they're just like, we got to get him to wizard school, and it's like, yes,
I think for the interest of time, though.
it
like,
is, and that's where I sit there going like, that kind of sucks. But yeah, they get him to school as fast as humanly possible.
Because yeah, that movie could have been easily like a 3-hour movie.
Oh, easily. But no, a good movie overall.
It was its 20th anniversary
The
this
book?
week. Yeah, the book's 20th anniversary
Yeah,
this
Facebook
week.
had the. You type Harry Potter and then the
Yes,
names,
it
and
did.
then you got that. wands.
I already Pottermored myself. I am a Hufflepuff.
I am also a
Oh, my-
Hufflepuff.
I think
Hip,
I
hip,
am.
hips!
I think I am too.
So actually, it was really funny because in the book, we got to the Sorting Hat,
Mhm.
and all of my students were like, "Well, like I want to know what house I belong to."
This is a good time to
And I'm like,
introduce them to Pottermore.
Oh my gosh, Pottermore! So the next day we got the Chromebooks in. We all logged into
Yep.
Pottermore, and I had two of them that got really pissed because they also ended up in Hufflepuff.
Oh, well, that's a promotion.
I had one Slytherin,
That's about right.
I had one Ravenclaw, and the rest of us were either Gryffindor or
Dwarf.
Hufflepuffs.
Neat.
And now, in case you didn't know, Pottermore has
You can
the
get your
North
Pat-
American School.
Yes, I knew about that. You can also do your Patronus as well.
Yes, Patronus Wand, North American School, and
Yes.
Hogwarts
Yes.
House.
Yeah, I asked Amira about the North American house, and she's like, I don't know what that is.
No, and that's more to do with once Fantastic Beasts came out,
Yeah.
and you saw like
Yes.
the North American
Yes.
wizards. All of a sudden, it was like because there's a one line in there where it's like, well, where did you go to school?
Yeah.
And he says Hogwarts, and they're like, well, Ilvermore or whatever
Yeah.
is clearly the better school. And they
makes
start
sense,
like
yeah.
butting heads, but you can now get your Ilvermore school or whatever. I think it's Ilver something.
We didn't care too much about it.
I'm a
yet.
healer, and I forgot what my house thing is, but I'm some weird magical beast from.
I think
North
I'm
America.
a prairie cat for my
I'm a
I haven't done the new
Patronus.
stuff.
Oh, my Patronus was a Saint Bernard.
Oh, that's a good one to have. That's
I haven't done the new
that's
stuff yet.
we can do it. It's actually super quick.
And I forgot what my wand is.
Oh, I didn't care too much. I did my wand too.
I did my wand.
But yeah.
Pottermore used to be there used to be a lot more to it, where you could actually go through the story and do some stuff. They've taken a lot of that out.
Really? Because when I did it a couple months back, like it seemed pretty fleshed out.
There's a lot of stuff to it, but it's more just information gathering,
Yeah.
as opposed to you used to actually go through like chapters,
Mm.
and you have to play through certain chapters to unlock new ones.
Mhm.
Now it's pretty much a Harry Potter news site, where
Mm-hmm.
like once J.K. Rowling's like, I want you all to know about this.
Yeah, I go on
My
there.
new book.
Or like apparently
The
she
mon-
released Flitwick and Sprout had an affair, like the two the professors.
Sure.
They actually slept together.
Sure.
Sprouts, yeah.
No,
And
Sprout was the
Sprouts.
plant lady.
No,
No.
that wasn't her.
Yeah.
I'm
pretty
here
sure
we
it
go.
was.
Fact checking.
Professor Sprout.
Pretty sure it was. Yeah, that's the plant
Okay,
lady.
and then Flitwick.
Flitwick is the tiny dude.
Yes.
Ha!
I can believe
Ha!
that.
See?
I can see that.
Yeah. They slept together.
I can believe that.
See?
Sure. The universe is weird enough.
So
It's already weird enough.
I just like J.K. Rowling keeps dropping all these little things every once in a while. But yeah, Pottermore was cool. Just
you know, they're at a school full of children, and they want to have their own children.
Sure.
I have to find. Hold on. I'm gonna.
There's
find
a
this
rule
while we're
34 for
talking
that.
about- No.
Done. Saying it, make it done. Make it so.
But yeah, so I did that, and then I was on Reddit this morning,
Mm-hmm.
and I found this new subreddit, which is movie details, and it's probably not even on here right now.
Oh,
It's not movie critic.
just go r/movie details.
I know, but then I'll get something really weird.
That's because you didn't separate it properly.
Either way,
Yeah.
this led me to something about the Prestige, which I watched this morning,
Mm-hmm.
which neither of you have seen, so I don't want to
Correct.
say what
Correct.
the whole thing is.
We should just never see it. Or one of us should see it, just not both of us at the same time.
Because The Prestige is actually a really
There
cool
have been
movie
so
with a
many
lot of
movies where you guys
twists.
haven't watched.
Let's see if I can search limit 2. So Harry Potter. So either way, I watched that one, and watching it for the second time once you know all the twists is actually really fun.
It's like watching Memento again.
Yeah.
Although Memento's pretty evident.
Memento.
Okay, here's the fun detail from.
Get out. Get out.
Here's the fun detail from Harry Potter.
What?
There's 4 feet.
Well, look which way the feet are facing.
Ew.
There you go.
Where is that?
Neat.
This is during the credits, so this is somewhere
Which
in
one? Number 1?
I don't know, somewhere in Hogwarts.
That's funny.
People are doing it in Hogwarts.
Standing up.
Prisoner of Azkaban.
And
I should
prisoner-
show that. I should show.
Flitwick
I should show
and
you.
Sprout.
Yeah, I can.
Okay,
believe
now I got an image in my head.
it. Rule 34.
You're welcome.
I gotta show
I'll
that
say
to a
it's
mirror
bad
later.
image.
Well, that's a cool box.
Yeah, in Japan.
That's gonna be expensive.
$50.
Yeah, that's about right.
And
So
it's way more expensive to ship.
again, makes sense unless you buy multiple.
Yeah. So yeah, that's
Cool.
kind of pretty much what. Oh, and then I tried. I booted up Zelda,
The DLC.
the DLC stuff. So you can get it without the DLC, I think, with the hero mode thing.
Yeah.
So or the hero quest tracking thing. So it shows your map
Yes.
even if you haven't played, and you can see exactly where you've gone, where
Yes.
you've died, and where you've
How the last 200 hours.
the last 200 hours. So I haven't played 200 hours. I didn't even make it to 100 hours because my bar's not even halfway.
So you just see where you've been the entire game.
So yeah, just so if I rewind, it'll start right at the Great Plateau and just have me like
Jumping in, dying.
just
jumping
like
in.
this, because I go very far on the Great
No.
Plateau. But it's kind of a handy tool because you can see where you haven't.
I think that's the
Gone.
big stick with it is that it's like, oh, there's obviously hidden treasures over here that you haven't been to because you literally haven't been there.
Yeah,
Like there's got like that.
there's
map-
got to be something there.
Yeah, even if it's just a stinking Korok seed.
Yeah, must find corner of world. So yeah, no, that part was kind of cool. I booted up master mode and got scared and shut it off.
It's okay.
No, it's not.
Just don't play it at night.
Well, it's okay. It's not like they
The
turn
lo-
into a horror game. They just make all the bad guys harder to beat,
And regenerating health.
and they regenerate health. So if you lose all your weapons, you're essentially just now running your butt off to try and escape them.
Right, because a lot of it has to do with like parrying now too, like knowing how to parry and knowing how to
Get your
do
headshots in with
flurry
your
shots and stuff.
Yeah.
Flurry attacks.
Yeah, so I'm
Maximizing.
like, I am good.
The game was kind of already difficult to begin with.
Yeah,
so-
I already had a hard enough time, and now they've put a difficult enemy on the Great Plateau to begin with. So, but yeah, I did watch. There, a guy had on Twitter. He's like, okay, I found the Lionel. Like, I'm going after it with all the whatever weapons I have.
pot.
he had a club. He's like, me and my club versus this Lionel. We'll see how far I get. And then the next picture was everything was on fire underneath him, and he was up on up a tree. And he's like, I think I made it mad.
I've angered it.
So, yeah, I'm interested in the Master Sword quest.
I'm actually still more interested in the DLC pack too, which apparently you can't buy separately.
No.
Which I'm kind of miffed about.
And my one problem with this DLC is the Master Sword, the Trial of the Master Sword or whatever that's in there, the Master Trial, boosts the Master Sword's power forever.
Yes.
So it's always going to do extra damage,
Yep.
but it can still wear down. And I'm like,
you can do the blade attack even when your health is low.
yes. But I'm still sitting there going like, man, that was like, I want one freaking weapon that won't like explode.
Nope.
One.
Nope.
But it's the
Never. You're not allowed.
the Master
Nope.
Sword. So yeah, I've
Just don't use it.
well, no, once you use it, it regenerates, thankfully, because it is the Master Sword.
You can't break the Master Sword.
You can't break it. It just runs out of energy. But I was kind of hoping with this, once you go through this trial...
I don't think that they said that would
just
happen.
No, they just said that it would gain more energy or something, or gain more power. Or become its true form is what they said. So everybody's like, score!
No.
Like, it'll last forever.
You can just use the blade beam forever, though. I think that's underused, though.
So
that blade beam.
Oh, for sure.
Could be way more powerful.
I just want the bow with unlimited arrows.
Just break out of the final battle with it.
So, yeah. Other than that, I haven't done thinking. Loading. Oh, and Better Off Ted.
Yes.
If you have not seen Better Off Ted,
you need to go watch Better Off Ted. I know you probably haven't seen it. It's not a show that it's not your typical show. Let's be.
This is Arrested Development comedy
mixed with super dark humor.
Mixed with some very
think of
controversial humor.
When I first watched this show,
yeah.
I thought about Aperture Science.
Sure.
If it was an actual show from Portal. You've at least played Portal 1 or 2, right?
So this company's an R&D company who just makes the most random stuff and tries to sell it.
So like the first one of this is not like
what?
So like the
Batman show tried to be.
Sort of, but not against villains. They just invent everything. Yeah, so they'll invent stuff for the army.
So like so one of the first jokes, this is not really a spoiler. It's like, oh, the company we're working with needs to make fireproof mice. Okay, wait. Real ones or computer? We'll get back to you.
Yeah.
And then they come back like 5 seconds later. Computers.
Mice. Oh, that makes it considerably easier.
Fireproof mice. They need fireproof mice.
And I still love, like, I got to the episode. It's episode like 3, and you know this is when they're just like, we'll do anything on this show. Is they got new motion sensors in the building.
Oh my god,
save energy.
Oh my god, that was the best one.
They did not sense black people. So the one main black scientist guy kept getting locked in the building. So their solution to it was to hire white people to follow the black people around.
And he couldn't get a drink of water.
And then they're like, oh, we have a solution to this too. And there's it's manual water fountain for blacks only.
It's like,
and you're like, oh my god.
One of the bits is like all the black people were going up to management to argue and yell at them.
And they got stuck on the elevator because they couldn't make it work.
It's just like the most random show. But it's like if Aperture Science made a TV show.
Yeah. Yeah, and it got 2 seasons, so I've been going through those, and it's like...
That's a good amount.
Yeah.
But I feel like if it went on too long, it would have worn out its welcome. So I think the charm would have lost after like 3 or 4 seasons.
Maybe. I think it could have lasted another season.
Yes, but like I couldn't see that being like a 5 or 6 season show. Because the jokes would start getting really thin.
Oh, they could just keep inventing crap.
Yes.
So no, that's pretty much what I've been doing. Other than that, like just closing the books on job for this the year. So
for 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
For 2 months, and then last night I got bored and started planning for next year.
That's the look I gave him too.
What's wrong with you?
That's the sentence I gave him too.
Still in work mode.
Don't.
I'm still in work mode.
I've been off work mode for over a week.
If I get it done now,
I told him to go do stuff like get alcohol and then do it next week.
I got lots. You want to come over?
I got lots of alcohol too.
Just for this occasion.
I have this.
Stop it.
Look.
I don't want to see this right
look
now.
Look at that.
Avert your eyes.
I don't want to.
It's the Ark of the Covenant.
Community.
God.
It's the arc of
I don't want.
So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing.
Fun.
All right. I guess I'll go. I'm pretty thin too.
So am I.
All right, we're just thin this week then, guys.
I haven't been motivated to play anything.
That's kind of been my issue.
Yeah, it's
Because I get home and I'm just like,
Maybe next week. Well, I'm not even here next week, so it doesn't.
Yeah.
matter what I do.
yeah.
boo.
Quantico season 2
Yeah,
has hit Netflix,
Yes, we started watching that too.
so that's sort of what I've been binge watching this week.
You mean The Farm?
Okay, so Quantico season 2 is not as fun
Nope.
as the first season is, and
They
what
never are.
and the worst part about this is you can clearly see where the mid-season break. I don't know how far you got.
We watched a lot of it on TV, so
But okay, so
I've seen most of the season.
there's a clear split
Yeah.
where the mid-season break is, and so that first half it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's it's Quantico again. It's the future time jumps going backwards and forwards. That's cool. I like the idea that they still had someone in their little friends group, which is a terrorist that they had to be careful around. That kept the drama, the interest.
Sure.
It kept me binge watching. And then you get to the second half of the season.
When they're trying to stop the entire cell.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the big shtick is that it seems like there's definitely no more terrorists in their little friend group, and without that hook, I just don't feel motivated to watch it. And especially with that little cliffhanger they had at the one end, it's like, oh, Caleb's gonna come back on the show. No, they didn't bring Caleb back at all.
I know, and I kept
Which is my big thing. Is I liked him as a character. I liked watching him progress in the first season, being an asshole.
Yep.
Going all the way down and then coming
Yeah.
all the way back up. I thought that was a cool
Rise
progression.
and fall. Yeah.
That was a cool character progression. And then for them to build that up, to not bring him back at least in the second half,
Yeah.
was a huge waste.
See, and I've seen pieces and bits and pieces because my wife really watched it, so she'd PVR it
Sure.
and then watch that. And every once in a while, I would be in the room
By proxy.
while watching, and
By
I'm going.
proxy.
And Quantico is one of those shows where if you didn't watch last week,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
really lost. So I'd be sitting there going, "What happened?" So she'd pause it, and she's like, "Okay, this is what's going on now." And I'm like,
And she doesn't like doing that.
she doesn't mind doing that for the No, she doesn't like us talking about shows where I go
Commentary.
Like, yeah, she doesn't like the commentary where it's like, why would they do something stupid like that? Don't they know that they should just go into the room next door? Like, come on. That's when I get a look. But
I get that look too.
Yeah.
I get that look too, and I'm barely here.
with Quantico, if I'm or any of the shows where I come in and I'm watching halfway through,
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay, what's happened now? She'll pause it and go, okay, this.
Yeah, and
this,
Quantico
this,
is a big
this.
enough show that you do need to watch it again.
And Quantico got to me because the first season it's the FBI,
Sure.
and they're trying to get into
And I
the
like-
FBI. And
I liked how they wrote in the why it's still called Quantico though.
yes,
If for some weird reason at the end of the first season, it's like, well, they're going to the CIA, they can't call it Quantico anymore.
Yeah.
And so they do have a line in there to say why it's still FBI related.
well, so that's the thing. So then they go
And then
FBI
I'm
to
okay.
CIA. Then there's the mid-season break, and all of a sudden
It's no longer any of it.
they're just like a
group.
covert group of people working behind the scenes of everybody else, and I'm like,
That's not Quantico no more. That seems so far.
That's what they do.
they
Maybe
just
they're gonna
break
make-
into smaller and smaller factions.
Maybe they are remake Quantico.
FIA.
No, it's the AIC.
Maybe it's so real it's not believable.
It is already unbelievable. The entire first season
Eh?
is already unbelievable.
Eh?
I liked, I don't know, there was something about the first season of Quantico where with all of them living in proximity to each other.
Right.
Like you had that Big Brother effect of all of
I'm
their
sorry.
personalities getting in the way.
I'm sorry. I had a huge video game high school feel
Right,
to
well,
it all.
For sure,
And-
especially considering what's her face is
Yes.
in the bloody show. That's why I'm like, hey, she's in this.
Yes, that was my big draw of
Chick, yeah.
Jenny
Yeah.
Matrix.
Jenny Matrix.
Jenny Matrix.
Yes.
She's in she's Quantico.
She's a major character.
Doesn't make me want to watch the show.
No, but it was sort of like we put it on and we were like, hey, cool. An actual reason to try and watch the show.
She's in Unreal too.
I don't know what that is.
It's Marty Nixon who wrote for Buffy.
Oh, is it that?
That's that Bachelorette
the
behind
fake
the scenes show, yeah.
Fake Bachelorette.
She's one of the Bachelorettes.
Oh, okay.
That's a really good show if you want dark.
I know.
dark shit,
I know.
like,
You can
and dark shit. But
yeah, Quantico season 2, kind of a bit of a letdown.
Yeah.
Like I just don't feel motivated
Third
to.
season?
Yes, and that's
Yeah.
the worst part is it's got a third season, and it's still Quantico. So
That's why you never name your show after a character or a place.
No, you can't have that character die.
But that's the piece is all of a sudden that character, depending on the actor, can get a very large head and become a problem for you, and you can't do anything about it.
Now, if they had done something to the effect of like
24.
Well, not even just 24. Have like the people from the first season of Quantico go back to be instructors at Quantico.
Sure.
That would have been a perfect reason to still call it Quantico. Yet they moved over to the CIA afterwards, and
but while still working
for them.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like 24, they're even different actors, and it's still the same show.
Yeah, but then your theme is based around the 24-hour clock thing.
Yes.
And you never get away from that.
No, you can never get away from it. You have to watch what you name your bloody show.
Yes, at this point in time.
Yeah.
But I haven't finished season 2 yet. I might just read the spoilers to finish it all off.
I don't think I got to the end. I think I got to what I thought was the end, and there was more.
And that's the thing, like...
Huh?
It was Transformers?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, it's like, we beat them! And then one of them
Morphous
like,
Blob
and then,
CG.
And then one of the people's like, should we tell them? And it's like, no. And then it's like, next week. And I'm like, what?
There's more.
Yeah, I think I'm just, at this point, we're just going to read the spoilers. Go on the wiki, go on the subreddit, see how this ends, and decide if we want to go into season 3. Like, do we want to continue this train wreck? Like, it doesn't feel, there's no hook anymore for us. Like, I like the idea of, again, like having the secret terrorists inside their friend group, and that's what, the first half of season 2, it was fine.
And even if they would have
It wasn't as strong, but it was fine.
Like, season 1 was, like, I really liked season 1. Especially it opens with, like, this big catastrophe happening, and it keeps flipping between Quantico, where they learn a skill, and then you see them use that skill.
Yeah, they don't really do that in season 2.
No, so they learned a skill. They'd show off the skill in
they're not students anymore.
Yes, and that's the thing. Like they're already skilled in season 2.
Yeah.
They don't need to learn what the CIA has to teach them. They know.
Right. They're just trying to get into the CIA.
Right.
As
whereas
FBI agents.
Yes,
to infiltrate the CIA.
Because there's a secret terrorist cell in the CIA now
that they have to get into,
so
and you're just like,
okay.
Whereas they should have done the ER route.
I never watched ER.
ER was essentially a rotating cast of people, but it was always based in
the ER.
The ER.
Oh, okay.
And you could have doctors come back, or doctors get promoted, or doctors leave, because doctors do.
George Clooney.
Well, but the main centerpiece was the ER.
Right.
So then they'd have other characters who became like, you'd follow them home and get to know their lives, but it all still came back to
the ER.
The ER. Not like if they moved away from the ER, you didn't get to see them anymore, unless they were still attached to someone in the ER.
I wonder if it's
Quantico should have almost done that, where every year there's.
I feel like a lot of it had to do with a lot of the actors not coming back either. Mm-hmm. A lot of it had to do with because I think season 2 they only got like 5 actors back from the giant bit of 12 or so, and of course one of them can't come back from season 1.
Yeah,
actually 2.
You don't know who.
Yeah, I'm not. Also, are you gonna really watch Quantico? No. There you go.
Our viewers might though.
Well, they
you
might.
Don't know who.
Hold on, microphone off. Wow, that guy died real hard.
Wait, not off.
You gotta push the button off.
But yeah, if they would have centered at Quantico, I think that would have been a
having them be instructors or
just
boot
them out, new people.
Yeah, have a different crisis, have another group to train or something.
Yep.
Yeah, because once they moved over to the CIA, I had very little interest. I had more interest in the G20 summit stuff.
See, and I had more, I was still interested while they were still if you're being tailed, this is what you have to, again, they had classes almost, and you're like, yeah.
But I feel like they would have learned that already in the FBI. Why is she scrubbing out so hard?
Because she's horrible at her job.
But she's the famous Alex Parrish. Everyone knows who she is.
Because she got freaking lucky is what she got.
Oh, lucky.
And that's why her boyfriend is still better than, everybody else at the farm.
Yes.
Or you start doing Quantico subtitle like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. does. And it's so Quantico, the farm.
What they should have done was not have her go to the CIA, but actually have them as FBI agents doing other stuff.
Sure.
Not just go to CIA.
Or, like I say, you just drop all of those characters.
Anything that what they're doing, but now, what they're doing now
does not work. I'm with you.
So that's what we've been doing, and kind of begrudgingly going like, we're not gonna finish this.
I don't want to finish. Do we
This
have to
is-
finish this?
This seems real boring. Like,
OCD there.
we watched the Harry Potter Symphony.
Yeah.
So that was super fun, at least for her, because I mean, like, obviously I watched the movies, I've read a few of the books. I know a good handful of the songs, but for her, she just dug everything. Like, she ate all of it up. She's just like, yep, that's from this bit. She was me when we watched Marvel movies.
That's when this person and this person finally
that's
make
from
out.
that's from this movie in this point. Remember
Yeah.
that one? I'm like,
Now I know how it feels.
this is what
Oh my god.
the tables have turned. This is when the house cup comes in, the specific house from this person. I'm like, yes, I remember that.
6 billion points for Gryffindor. Right at the end of the year, so they win again.
The guy from the vampire movie's in there, right? Oh, yes, but not this scene. Edward Cullen's in this one? No, the next one.
And that wasn't the house cup.
Yeah, it's Goblet of Fire.
It was the Goblet of Fire.
I don't care enough.
Come on.
I know, right? What a scrub.
Jeez.
One of those scrubs.
I had that song on my phone for a while.
You,
Driving down the road.
do you not have that anymore?
It's out of rotation.
For now.
Songs work their way back in.
We're bringing it back.
Tekken 7. Had a
I got it from the library.
Finally got a chance to play it. It had a really strong start. Because I don't really care about the multiplayer stuff in that game, because everyone's gonna wreck me online.
Sure.
So, it being a good fighting game, it should have a good strong story.
Arms has online.
Everybody wrecks me.
The story starts off really cool, and if you're not aware of how the Tekken storyline works, there's a lot of volcanoes and a lot of people being thrown into volcanoes.
For a sacrifice?
No, just because the Hayachi got really mad at Kazuya for whatever reason as a kid, and this is like back in Tekken 1. There's this like really badly animated CG cutscene of him throwing his kid into a volcano, and the entire point of Tekken 1 was that Kazuya is coming back to, get revenge on his father, and then he throws his dad. Kazuya throws Hayachi down a volcano. Hayachi comes back. And
Everybody comes
Yeah,
back.
everyone comes back. And so you actually get to play that scene in this game. That scene of throwing in Kazuya down a volcano.
Huh.
Is this volcano like the Lazarus Pit?
No, it's just a straight
Where
volcano.
it just
It's a straight
revives you?
It's a straight volcano.
Okay.
About this much lava, so if you
So-
can survive that, you're golden.
So this game, Tekken 7, actually does a really good job of
After that, it's just a
recapping
cave.
the first 6 Tekken games in the first hour or so. They actually go to the efforts of remaking some of the scenes, like the cutscenes from Tekken 4 and 5, in the Tekken 7 engine that you actually get to fight in.
Nice.
So it's the seamless. Oh, that's a really shitty PS2 sequence that they literally pulled that from the PS2 game into the PS4 game, Xbox One game, whatever, and then you get to fight in that scene. So that's kind of cool. But in terms of how the story's actually playing out, I'm actually not a huge fan of it. A lot of it, I think
I remember seeing your tweets about that.
my biggest complaint, and you kind of see this, oh my god, half the game is in English and half the game is in Japanese, yet everyone talks to each other like they know what they're talking about. There's no one centralized language. Like, at one point you actually go to...
You're really behind on his. Go farther down.
Well, these are his pinned tweets and stuff.
Just the one pin tweet. At one point...
Right there.
So, at one point in the story, you have Nina Williams talking English to Hayachi, who's responding and conversing to her in Japanese, who is then conversing with a person in Italian. And they all understand what each other's talking about. And not that I have an issue with that, but the problem is that it's consistency. It does not make sense for them to talk to each other in their own respective languages. Just speak English, speak Japanese, speak Italian, give me subtitles, don't care. It seems really, and it throws me off a lot. My other big problem with the story is that it's incredibly predictable how the fights go. You have one fight against, say, a couple Jack 6s and Jack 7s. It's like literally a wave battle.
Yeah.
And you do that, and then you fight
The boss.
sort of like a not a midpoint boss, but like a boss in that sequence in that arc. You have that. The narrator makes absolutely no sense because the story is that revolving around this reporter who is trying to figure out where Jin Kazama is after the war after the G Corporation and the Mishima Zaibatsu war happened in Tekken 6. For some reason, Jin disappeared, and he's trying to find Jin.
Okay.
But you don't get a name for this reporter. You don't get a face for this reporter. He's narrated incredibly poorly as he's trying to explain, like,
fighter.
And he's not a fighter either.
Yeah.
And it makes no sense to me. The story's not really moving forward at any point. I mean, that's not even the worst part. I don't remember when we were wondering how they were doing Tekken Cross Street Fighter.
Yes.
And how we were like, oh yeah, how are they going to do sidestepping with fireballs?
Yeah.
And then of course Akuma is in Tekken 7, if you've already known. He plays like Akuma from Street Fighter, but the fact that a lot of his moves are close combat, like he needs to get in really close to do any combos. It kind of conflicts with the rest of the combat system of Tekken 7, where like the Akuma character is not built for that.
Okay.
Like they got the sidestepping in, they got the fireballs in, they got the shoryukens and Tatsumaki Senpu like moves in. They translated his character fairly well, but it doesn't translate. It like there's a balance issue for me as a fighting game person. I thought I really wanted to play Akuma in this game. I really don't want to play Akuma in this game because as soon as you get up close to do your combos, the Tekken roster just has a huge advantage over you because a lot of their combos are back up, sidestep, in at a different angle.
Well, because Tekken was always
strategy.
I was going to say Tekken was always supposed to be whatever fighting style they were.
Yes.
Actually translated. So if you knew about Taekwondo or karate or whatever
or jiu-jitsu or whatever
be,
style
you actually were better at that part of the game because you knew like, okay, I'm mostly a kickboxer, so I have to make sure I get in close, do my thing, and get out.
Right, and with Tekken, with Street Fighter, a lot of it was just 6-button fighters, 4-button fights. It wasn't just left punch, right punch. It was light, medium, heavy, it translates really awkwardly in my mind. To a 3D, especially a 3D style fighter. Yeah. Because you throw a fireball as Akuma, and they can easily sidestep it, and it doesn't really get balanced that much. Because even if it does connect,
if you get close and do it?
No, they can still sidestep it. If you're fast enough, you can still sidestep it. What I do like about Akuma is though, stunning still does. Stunning doesn't work so much in Tekken as it does in Street Fighter. Unfortunately, it doesn't. You don't stun people because grabs are a huge deal in Tekken. Mm-hmm. Grabs are not a huge deal in Street Fighter. Because just the way that the 3D... I mashed buttons most of those games. You can mash... you'll actually like the story mode for Tekken 7 then. Because
I mush buttons?
Actually, kind of. What they do is... kind of. So what they do is... it's called a story assist button. So you hold the button down, and you actually press one of the 4 face buttons, and it'll automatically do one of the special moves for you. Oh, yeah. That requires a little bit more complex, timing and input. You just hit the R1 or the L1 button or whatever it is, and then one of the face buttons, and it automatically does it for you.
Well, that's boring.
It is a little bit boring.
It's way more exciting when you get one randomly. Yeah.
Oh, but you can string those ones together, too. It's super weird and super convoluted.
I could string them together. You said the joystick was mostly facing forward.
They've started introducing characters with actual fireballs now. The story mode actually has a sequence where you can actually shoot dudes with a gun in mid fight, like actual shooter controls.
Well, because I was gonna say
it gets really
Demon
awkward.
Jin used to have laser beams that came out of his eyes at one point.
But that was very. But there was a reason for that because he was demon.
Yes.
He was a demon. Whereas in this one, they have that character that speaks Italian. I don't even know which Tekken he comes from, but he's got this light arrow that he can just kind of pull out of nowhere and shoot across the screen.
Is the Taekwondo guy still there?
Yes, he is. He's the kicking guy. Hwarong. Hwarong is still in it. He actually got cooler. He has an eye patch now.
How are you supposed to karate or Taekwondo with an eye patch? I got you. Wait, hold on. You have to face this way all the time now.
Maybe he's got a Nick Fury thing going on where
he switches hands.
Yeah.
No, not to switch his eyes.
Nope. No.
He switches
his stance.
He switches.
But yeah, like
But you always said no.
no. Like all I'm saying is that Huaron got more badass because he can still fight.
Well, that's because I'm his eyes. There's a guy sitting on the side. Roundhouse!
Left punch.
Right? Come on, player, make me work better. Make me maybe hit harder. The story it's kind of bland. I don't feel it going anywhere, and the voice acting is not particularly good.
Sounds like your stories have a lot, or your shows and games have a lot of
issues this
bad
week.
Story issues.
This week there's been a lot of issues, except for Chrono Trigger, because that'll never be bad. But yeah, like there's apparently a huge customization tree for Tekken 7 that I want to kind of get into.
Yep.
You can kind of make.
Well, they added the making your own character thing a while ago.
Yes, they.
Because I remember spending a lot of time on that.
I don't think there's character making anymore. I think it's just wild costumes that you can add onto players now.
Challenge accepted. Because yeah, we used to make a lot of characters.
I think that was a Soul Calibur thing. That might have been a Soul Calibur.
Oh,
Soul
Soul Calibur.
I think that was a Soul Calibur thing. But yeah, been playing that, and I have started my annual playthrough of Chrono Trigger because that is one of the coolest RPGs of all time. In my books,
Sure.
It is always available for me to play. I like that. I seriously think Chrono Trigger is one of the best RPGs of all time. It's right up there with Mario RPG, Final Fantasy 3.
You're not thin this week. You got lots.
Just those three.
Lots. More than
And
that.
Pokemon Go, if you want to count that. But I'm just naturally doing that more anyways. Like,
I mean, I could talk about phone games, but
no, I don't play phone games. Magikarp Jump is not a phone game. It's not even a game.
Solitarica.
You're playing Solitaire again?
Still.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Still.
It's such a good game.
They added more.
Did they
classes.
really?
Yes, you have to buy them, but there's more.
Oh wait, I have all of them already though.
The Barbarian and that?
Yeah, I have all those
Why do
already
you have those?
because it works differently on Android than it does iPhone. Because on Android, it's just one lump price that I paid, and you have to purchase each of them separately. I think. Because I do have access to the Barbarian. I just don't use them because I use the Monk. The Monk is the best one.
Paladin.
Oh no, Monk. The Monk is the best character in that
Paladin.
game. No, the Monk. Every time you can get skills where if you hit, you gain armor. I've once had more
The
armor.
purple hippopotamus.
Absolutely.
What?
Yep.
That's yourself.
Absolutely.
I've beaten that
I don't know what his name is, but the guy at the end of the game,
King Stuck. King Glue, sorry.
whatever.
Stuck.
It's satisfying.
You see a purple hippopotamus?
No.
Yeah.
You do. I think you can fight hippos, but some like weird mutant version of it. I'm trying to remember that game. It's been a little bit since I've played it.
I have beaten the story of all but 2 characters.
Wow.
I have a lot of time on my way to work.
Where's your Switch?
I'm not bringing that on a train.
Why not?
That's the
But
whole
that's not.
point to the Switch.
I was gonna say that's part.
I
If
don't
the trailers,
need-
if
okay,
the trailers have,
Downtown has been creepy enough without my Switch. I don't need people coming up to me because of that.
but if the trailers were anything, that's the best play to play the Switch is on public transit.
Nope.
I
don't know.
If the trailers have any indication of how that system is supposed to be used.
hopefully by next week I'll be able to talk about the Necromancer.
Yeah, no,
And,
me too.
So-
Yeah, you're not going to be here next week, so
I'll talk about the week after.
We'll just write a little note, and we'll say
I
it.
noticed that South
Necromancer
Park
is
game
cool.
was on
Chris
my-
says Necromancer is cool.
I'll face chat you.
Face
and
chat.
before you do keep going, or you're
I'm done.
Okay, Planet Coaster got a big update,
Neat.
Okay.
so I played a little bit of that yesterday.
Yeah.
And one of them is you can create your own biomes now.
Wait, what?
So before this update came out, if you picked tropical as
Sure.
your biome, all the flooring pieces you got were tropical related.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you wanted to, like in certain theme parks, they do like a winter scene or something like that, you couldn't do it because you didn't have access to snow.
And I'm guessing now.
Now, when you start up a new park, you can select biomes and select pieces. So you still only get so many palette pieces, but you can pick which palette pieces you get. So I can pick like grass, sand, snow, dirt, or whatever.
Sure.
So I pick like a bunch of those, and so you can actually do different parts of your park themed to a specific
thing.
look now. They've also added fireworks.
That was never in the game?
No.
That was a weird
For
omission.
Canada Day.
So you can, yeah.
Can you shape the fireworks?
Yes.
I want animated GIF
So
fireworks.
you can actually, there's a sequencer that you have to put in to make the fireworks go off, and the game charges you each time, like for each firework you use, and it's on a timer, so it'll draw people in for like the evening sort of thing.
Sure.
The simulation part's still not that great, so that piece of it's kind of dumb.
But it's still...
It's an like extra added thing for your park now. They've made it so wooden coasters, you can now change all the colors to like everything on the wooden coasters. They've added some new coasters. They've also added TV screens. And the TV screens, actually, you can put your own pictures and videos in.
Oh, cool.
So some
like
people
PlayStation Home was supposed to be.
Well, so people are now building rides, and instead of using walls, they're using screens. So that they can have like wallpaper move, or they can have like, you know, if they do a haunted house, they can actually have like a shadow walk across the wall sort of thing. And it's like, damn. So there's a lot of possibilities. So I started playing around with it a little bit yesterday. And I built a giant snow mountain with a like cart that goes through it. So the cart takes a while to get all the way to the top, which is kind of boring. But once it hits the top, boy, howdy.
You need to have fireworks on the side.
I was told that my ride was too scary and too nauseating, and no one would go on it.
Haunted Mountain.
The other piece to it is they've also turned off camera clipping. So before, if you built underground or built into a mountain, you pretty much had to follow the track in some weird convoluted way to put like objects into the mountain. You can now turn camera clipping off and just like gear the camera towards the mountain, and you'll go into
right through the geometry.
And so you can actually like place stuff now, which is really handy.
I'm surprised that was never in there.
People worked really weird ways to try and get like underground rides. So like someone built Pirates of the Caribbean where it does go down underground. But to get underground, they dug a big hole. Like it was like real life. They dug a big hole. They built the ride, and then they had to slowly like shape the ground over top of the track until it was flat on top again.
Sounded very complicated.
It was stupidly complicated. So now at least you can, because it auto tunnels, which was fine. But once it auto tunneled, you're in the dark down underground trying to like place lights. Like maybe if I over here and click, click, click. So people just dug holes, built rides, and then filled in the hole essentially.
Weird.
It was pretty stupid.
But
so now you can actually work on underground stuff, which is nice.
Cool.
I'll explore more.
Did you do the Friday the 13th stuff?
No.
Friday the 13th stuff?
They
You
had
got more CP, and you got the...
Oh, yeah.
the double bonus weekend and extra CP.
That's this weekend,
I
isn't
didn't
it?
play
Yeah,
it.
that was last week.
I just did the CP stuff. That's all I did.
I don't really care about CP. The perks to me are...
I was hoping for more out of the perks.
Yeah, I'm not...
It's the same thing.
I'm just
over
going to
and
start
over
buying
again.
Jason kills. Although we
I
all
did.
get the we all get the NES Jason now. Who comes
Cool.
with 8-bit music, too.
Cool.
I've played more Watch Dogs.
Cool.
Oh, yes. Hacked into some more people's phones.
Press the square button.
I hacked a lot of people's accounts.
Do you see a lot more of people that you didn't want to see?
No.
I wish.
The side missions are really distracting. I had to watch though because I don't want to do the online stuff because it's stupid.
Yes.
Well, you go into it and you have to tail another user.
Yeah.
Well, really?
I
I
think
think
the
know I'm following them.
Can I whistle?
It's not like Assassin's Creed. You can't just go into like a crowd of people and just...
No, you're supposed to follow them somehow, and it's like, how?
Really fast.
See, I would...
I just drove off.
I would
and I'm
literally...
like, well, you're forcing me to drive after you. I have to.
I literally would take that mission the other way around and just be like, right into them. Right into them. Kill them.
You're not supposed to kill them. They can kill you, but you're not supposed to kill them.
Well, it doesn't stop me from trying to kill them.
Mission failed. Don't care. Succeeded in my head.
Yep, I got it. I win. Got my target. This is Hitman, right?
For Cressa's story a little bit, I'm still not even out of Act 1 yet.
Watch Dogs 1, right?
Yeah. I'm not even out of Act 1. There's 5, I think.
It's a fairly large game.
But I've been keep going side quests.
And that's the other
That's
piece.
all I'm
Side
doing.
quest everything.
Yeah.
I am. I'm taking out gang hideouts.
But in open world games, that's what I find the most is like, it's even oh man, what was it? The true crimes, the
Watchdog, or no, the true crime streets of Hong Kong or something like that.
Yeah, whatever they ended up calling it. Sleeping Dogs.
Nope. Yeah. Oh my
Sleeping
god,
Dogs.
Sleeping Dogs.
Sleeping Dogs. So good.
So, oh my gosh.
To heck with the story.
I want to buy that again.
I think I have it on something.
I have it on PS4, but I'd rather. I have it on PS something, and I want it on my PC because it looks much better on PC. The definitive edition. See if it's on sale actually. I might buy it.
See if I have it. Sleeping Dogs. Definitive edition. Nick has it.
Go to the store page.
I'm going to. I'll just go this way now.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I've been
enjoying that. Some more watchdogging.
Yeah.
Press square to hack things.
Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition is $7.
I need to buy that.
It's
not
a
even
ghost
on-
pig.
It's not even on sale.
Get it for
Yeah, it is.
free.
Yeah, it is. It's gotta be on sale.
This isn't even a sale. This is just how much it costs. Oh, it is 80% off.
Oh yeah, I'll
Go buy.
BRB. Oh wait, no. Continue.
That's it for games. I watched an animated Batman movie.
Which one?
The Son of Batman.
Those they do really good with them. Doesn't matter
They
really
were.
which one. Yeah.
It was different. I heard the voices on some of those people, and it's where the hell have I heard this before?
Oh, yeah.
So while I'm watching the movie, I had my IMDb up.
I know that voice.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Interesting story with that. That was, I mean, it was the introduction of a new Robin,
Yes. Which Robin is this now?
Damien.
Okay.
It's his
We're
son.
up to Damian Wayans.
Yeah.
Well, I've got $5 in Steam credit.
Free game!
Almost a free game. Almost a free excellent game.
Overall, it was a good movie though. I liked it. I like the DC animated.
Oh,
Yeah.
they do a killer
Yeah.
job on the
Stuff.
animated
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
I'm trying to work out chronologically now what's next. I think it's
That's a lot of the problems with
I think it's
those.
Batman versus Robin.
There's a lot of them, and they don't always connect necessarily.
Yeah,
some
they
of them
do.
are just... Some of them do. Not all of them.
The Batman ones don't usually connect with the
Justice League stuff.
Justice League stuff.
Yeah. No, they're killer. I love their animated stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We need a virtual reality headset.
I know. I need to play that so bad.
Yeah, that you talk about thin. That's all I've done.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Disgaea 2.
There's
Really quick.
There's also while we're talking really briefly on VR, there's a Spider-Man VR thing for the PlayStation.
Nope.
No, it's not. It's not like you swing around the city. It's like you swing to different points, and it's a free little thing. It's a free like tech demo.
What is the point of Spider-Maning if you cannot swing?
Watch the trailer. We can watch the trailer later.
I'll watch your trailer.
It's just my
I'm gonna,
penis.
I guess you can get to Solitarica.
Yay! I'm super
Like I said, the only two characters I haven't beat the whole story with, if you call it considered a story, is the Bard and the Wizard. And because they're considered the highest levels of difficulty on that.
I really like the monk. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm a paladin guy.
Yeah. Paladin's fine too. I think the warrior is kind of boring though. The warrior is super boring. Like there's nothing
Yeah.
special about him.
No.
Like at least with the wizard, there's some nuance to the character.
It's so hard though because he doesn't have like every other character usually has like here's armor.
Mm-hmm.
Wizard doesn't have that at all. So you got to barely scrape by these first couple missions just to get to a point where I could buy the spell shield or with a shield,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of a pain in the ass sometimes. I think there was once I died on the 3rd level.
Oh, it wouldn't let me. It wouldn't let me use my Steam credit. Oh well.
No!
Oh, I can use it on something else when I get home.
Like the bunker.
I
Oh,
saw
is that the one you were
trailers
telling
for
me
that.
about?
Yep.
Yeah, we gotta play that. Yeah, we gotta play that. FMV games. Those are the best things to rip apart. The acting is always bad.
It looked bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's it for
cool.
me.
Cool. That's it for now. I think next week we might all be watching Spider-Man in some
I
fashion.
won't be here to talk about it.
Spider-Man!
Maybe.
It's probably good.
Spider-Man! I'm buying this.
Yes.
Anywho,
That's how this podcast. That's how this.
that's how we end it.
That's how I'm buying this.
I buy.
Welcome to the Steam summer sale, guys.
Me buy thing.
When is this over? Like the 12th?
PlayStation Summer Sale
Oh, the
sucks.
5th.
5th.
Oh, that's still enough time to go look for stuff. Yeah, the summer sale on PlayStation is kind of
Sucks.
thin.
Like I have most of what I want.
I'm actually really looking forward to the PlayStation Plus in July, or this month, I guess.
Until Dawn.
Yeah.
I've never played it.
Well, neither have I, and now I will.
I
Now I
downloaded
will.
the Killing Floor. Because it's like a $50 game and you get it for
Yes.
free.
Resident
not?
Evil.
Was it last
7.
month or this month?
Damn it.
This month?
Yeah.
Resident Evil.
But isn't that
7's
only on
first.
PS3? Oh, it is PS4 too?
Remember Killing Floor 2?
It is PS4. And that's this month?
Yeah.
I thought it was last month. Wow, that's a big month
I
then.
just downloaded it.
Both Until Dawn and... Wow. I will
Resident
look.
Evil's on sale.
7?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really want to play Resident Evil 7 in VR. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
that's the right way to play that game.
And Batman.
Batman VR?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Are you adding
Yes.
Resident Evil 7 to your cart?
I think that's everything for
Cool.
us.
All right, thanks for joining us on
Nick's
this
just buying stuff.
thin. Yes, he's just adding stuff to his cart.
He has a summer. He's good.
Thanks for joining us
On this lovely Canada Day weekend.
on this post-Canada credit show.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, tune in next week where we talk more about news,
And
More news.
things. Follow
And
us on our social media sites.
I will have done more by then,
Hopefully, yeah.
other than dig holes.
That's what you get a doggy for.
I don't want to teach a dog to dig holes.
No.
It's not something I want to find just randomly. in my yard.
Why is there a hole in the carpet?
Just- Chris, that's now your seat.
Oh.
Yeah, check us out at barrelrollnews.com.
You'll find information about our Discord channel there, about all of our social media sites.
Twitter and Facebook. You can check out our Patreon. It has some extra special
Yes.
stuff on there. Mainly to do with our Discord channel now. There's some extra stuff.
A little bit of connection there.
Yeah, to go with our Discord channel, so you can actually get into private chats with us and play games with us.
You can talk to us using your voice.
Yes, you can talk to us using your.
Or if you
real
want, we can talk to
voice.
you guys with our voice,
Yeah.
and you can just say.
You can actually reply to us when we talk into this.
Yes.
Yeah. Do it. Do it.
Hello.
Do it.
Hi.
Hello.
Do it.
Hello.
Bassy softness.
Do it.
This is so bassy.
Do it.
So yeah, check out our Patreon page, www.patreon.com/BrNN.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
And with that, if you like this video, subscribe to us on whatever you're watching, be it
On
Twitch,
YouTube.
Smash,
The oob tube.
or
Yep.
YouTube.
Do it.
If you want to see our past stuff, on YouTube is the best place to find that stuff.
YouTube
I was
is-
gonna say past catalog or something to that effect.
Or if you'd like,
archival stuff. If you want to see
Like,
archives.
look into our past.
our subreddit is starting to archive our stuff for us. You can check that out at reddit.com/r/BRNN. Because everything is BRNN for us.
Yay.
Barrel roll.
We keep it simple.
We do.
Barrel roll.
We tried to take BNN, but the Business News Network already had that.
Yeah, jerks.
Yes.
Morons. Don't they know? It's for
This
us.
is better.
Either who, thanks for joining us, everybody.
We'll
I'm
see you
Nick.
next week.
I'm
Tony.
Chris.
Bye.
Ah! Ah!
Bye.
Ah!
Perfect.